You've probably heard the name Codex from OpenAI, right? But what you might not realize is that the name has a bit of a split personality. It's been used for two totally different and, frankly, revolutionary AI technologies. And understanding that journey from the first one to the second is really the key to seeing where the future of software development is headed.
So let's just start with the big question that drives this whole thing. What if the codex we have today is a complete reinvention of the one that started it all? Because as you're about to see, that's exactly what happened.
Honestly, the best way to get your head around this is to think of it as a tale of two codices. First, you had the pioneer, the trailblazer. And then you got the agent. Two completely different eras all under one name. This timeline tells such a dramatic story. It all kicks off in August 2021. The original codex is born. But then, just over a year and a half later, by March 2023, it's gone. And then this rebirth in May 2025 as something else entirely. It's a story of a life, a death, and a serious technological resurrection. Okay, so let's jump into Chapter 1, the Pioneer. This is the version of Codex that just blew everyone's minds and really kicked off this whole AI coding assistant craze we're living in now. So, the original Codex, it wasn't a general do-it-all AI. Nope, it was a specialist. It was built on top of GPT-3, but it was laser-focused on one single game-changing task, turning plain English into actual working code. And its impact was immediate. This was the magic behind the very first version of GitHub Copilot. It's what powered that mind-bending experience where you could just write a comment and watch the code just appear. For millions of us, this changed the game overnight. But then, just like that, it was gone. In March 2023, OpenAI pulled the plug on the model. Now, this wasn't because it failed. It was a strategic move. The newer, more general models like GPT-4 had just gotten so good at coding that they basically surpassed what this older, specialized pioneer could do. And that brings us to Chapter 2, the agentic teammate. After a short break, the Codex name came back in 2025, but this time it was attached to something way, way more ambitious. This table right here, it just lays out the whole transformation perfectly. We went from a simple code generation model to a full-blown autonomous agent. The job changed from just suggesting little code snippets to actually executing entire tasks. And the interface? It went from a single API endpoint to a whole ecosystem of tools. This wasn't an upgrade, it was a total reinvention. And this right here is the core idea that changes everything. We are moving beyond the AI copilot, the one that just suggests what you should do next. Now, we're in the era of the AI teammate, something you can actually delegate entire tasks to. It's a huge shift in how we developers even think about working with AI. So, how does this new teammate actually work? Well, a developer can just hand off a high-level task, something like, hey, refactor the entire authentication service. Then, Codex goes to work on its own, in a secure cloud sandbox. It's writing code, running tests, fixing bugs, and when it's all done, it delivers a finished pull request ready for a human to review. And this isn't just a single tool. It's a whole platform built to fit right into your workflow. You've got a command line tool for all you terminal folks, an IDE extension to have it right there in your editor, a super powerful cloud backend to do the heavy lifting, and even a simple text file where you can give the agent specific instructions for your project. Okay, so you're probably wondering what's powering this incredible new capability. Let's pop the hood and take a look. The engine behind all this is a brand new model, GPT-5 Codex. Now, it's really important to get this. This is not just the base GPT-5 model. Think of it more like a specialist. It's been fine-tuned like crazy for the messy, complex, multi-step reality of what professional software engineering is actually like. And that specialization, it makes a huge difference. When you look at complex refactoring tasks, that messy real-world work we do every day, this specialized GPT-5 Codex has a 51.3% success rate. That's a massive leap over its more general-purpose sibling. But here's the cool part. It's not just about brute force, it's about efficiency. It uses this technique called dynamic reasoning time. What that means is, for simple tasks, it's incredibly fast and uses almost 94% fewer resources. But for the really tough problems, it can actually take its time, working for hours if it needs to get the job done right. It's smart about how it spends its energy. So, let's zoom out for a second. What does this massive shift really mean for the future of coding, for the future of our jobs? There's this quote from the source material that just nails it.
The era of the AI copilot is giving way to the era of the AI teammate. The whole paradigm is shifting from simple assistance to full-on delegation. And the practical applications? They're huge. Imagine delegating all that grunt work of modernizing old code bases, or having an agent do the first pass on all your code for quality and security checks. This isn't about replacing developers, it's about freeing us up from the tedious stuff so we can focus on the bigger picture: architecture, user experience, and real creativity. So, let's end right back where we started, with a question. As these AI agents go from being simple tools to actual teammates, the role of the human developer is going to change profoundly. If your AI is the one writing a lot of the code, what does that make you? The architect? The manager? The creative director? That's the future we're all stepping into right now.